chicken casserole, we're gonna take some spaghetti, but in this case, you do something that's never allowed in Italian culture. You break up all the spaghetti. We're going to start with the broken spaghetti, toasted, so you develop that nutty flavor and that nutty quality. Instead of putting a ton of pepper in at the end and that big coarse pepper, focaccia e pepe, we're just gonna season it with a little lightly salt and pepper and cook it in stock or water, in chicken stock or in water. 1 quart of liquid to 1 pound of pasta. To make our kind of knockoff cream of chicken soup, we started with about a half a pound of mushrooms. After you brown the mushrooms, then I added in a little finely chopped shallot, or you can use an onion, and a little celery. I put garlic in everything, so I'm also going to stir in a little garlic, a bay leaf, and now we can add our salt to draw out all of our liquids. So what I'm gonna do is make a well and add a little butter so we can make a roux, the thickening agent for the soup. So a couple of pats of butter, about 2 tablespoons. While that's melting down, we started with, for the chicken, a whole rotisserie chicken. Just remove the skin and the bones, and I just pull it apart right with my hands. You can use a couple of forks in a big old bowl if you want. We add an equal amount of flour, so a couple of spoonfuls of flour. Whisk this together a bit. And then we're going to add a little acidity, a little white wine. Whiskey, whiskey, whiskey. A little chicken stock, of course, stock in a box. And then we're gonna let the roux thicken up our stock. And we're going to add a little whole milk or half and half, and that'll be the cream. So now we've got a cream of mushroom soup. When we come back, we're gonna marry all of this, and I'll show you how to top the casserole right after this. This is why we're not using condensed soup from the can. That can be some tasty stuff, but it has a whole lot of sodium and not a ton of nutritional value. Whereas here, look, the entire pan is filled with roast chicken. I know, it's tons of mushrooms. It's got celery and onions and garlic. I pulled out the bay leaf and I'm adding my thyme. I'm adding my pimentos, right? Very classic Southern thing. Put pimentos and a little hot sauce in pretty much everything. And a little hot sauce. And then you mix all this together and you're combining your own kind of Southern-fied cream of chicken soup. You're gonna marry that with all of our toasty pasta. Then we take all of that and pour it into your casserole dish. Your old 9x13, you know, AKA your lasagna pan, right? Or your brownie bar pan. Move that around. And then we're gonna top it with a little Swiss and cheddar. I know. When it comes out of the oven, it looks like this fella down here. And then I finish it with a little parsley and some minced chive. Chives are delicious on this. Now watch, when you go in at this thing, I'm telling you, it is crazy. Look at that. Yeah!